Hello everyone, welcome to chapter 166, the start of new season of The Last Thoughts of a Busy Mind. I'm recording this at 6:30 p.m. I have black nail polish, a long story there, which maybe I'll get into. And my drink today is cranberry syrup and water that I literally made right now to be here because I needed a drink for this episode. Did not get the ratio right. It's too sweet. I think it's too much syrup. Now, when I do that, by the way, I usually drink half of it and suffer. Then I add more water. I save it. Anyways, a couple of things have happened in the past hiatus since season 11 to season 12. One of them is I have a new video out, which you can see in the description about. It's the video I've been talking about in the later half of season 11 and constantly whining about. We didn't start the fire part 2. Now, this season, at the start of it, I'm gonna have to whine about another video because I am getting closer and closer to Halloween, and I do want to make the Dracula video. That's actually why I have black nail polish on, because I filmed a section of it last night. But I want to have that, and I am behind a little bit more than I would have wanted to, but I think once I've filmed this, at the very least I can start editing this section and film and edit the rest as I go along. But yeah, the Dracula video is coming up. But yeah, there is a link to the We Didn't Start a Fire video in the description, as well as the special chapter which happened between seasons, which in this special chapter my guest was Ava, a friend I know online, and yeah, it was good. It was a good episode. There is links to both of them in the description. Don't forget to check them out. And with that said, let's talk about why did I name this episode, which I completely forgot to even tell you. I named this episode Where Does Time Go? And it's a genuine question because I've talked about my hectic time management. I am a king of procrastination. Time seems to elude me at every turn, and it's usually something I can contend with because I am usually incredibly free when it comes to time, I don't have a lot of commitments, usually. At least I haven't had a lot of commitments throughout my life, which is why I have some very, very bad habits when it comes to doing work and doing stuff that I need to do. I waste a lot of time. So now I am having some commitments. I need to make some props for my friend's movie. I have a new job that I have started this at the end of September. It's closing in on being a full month, and I'm saying new job, it's basically a part-time job. I have 2 days that I need to be in person, one day when I work remotely, and it's content creation stuff. So, it's generally nothing major. But it's, again, a structure that I didn't used to have for most of my life, and now I have. At the same time, I am talking to my editor and meeting with him to do the editing on my movie, which, yeah, it's been going on for a long time, but I want it to be done right. I don't have a set deadline for that. I just want it to be done to the point where I can say, okay, this is the perfect version of this movie that I can make. And at the same time, I'm trying to do the Dracula video. I'm trying to do some other writing stuff. I need to write the outline for a book. And there are things that I do want to do. Like in the past month, I played Age of Mythology Retold, which was really good. And yeah, there are games I like to play. There are other projects I like to do. I like to design the board game. I like to design a video game. Lofty goals, I know, but I'm saying that like there are things I want to do that aren't exactly in line with things that I should do. Okay, one of the stupidest examples, just literally on my left. If you know me, meaning that if you've seen me, well, okay, let me say it this way. If you've seen me, you probably have seen something that I do have, which is a case for my audio equipment. The case is, well, it has my Zoom recorder, the shotgun mic that I have for it, my headphones, the wire that connects the Zoom recorder to the PC or laptop in this case, a small tripod that I used to use for the Zoom recorder, and a windscreen for the on-record mic. All of them used to be in a case that I have upgraded since to a slightly bigger case. Now, there are a couple of things added to that case. There is a cable for the new mic that I'm using right now, and the mic itself. Now, the mic itself doesn't have a room in that place. I didn't have enough foam. I used the insert that I've made a long time ago, and now this mic doesn't fit there. So this is in its own original packaging. And the height of the case is barely tall enough for this mic to be fitted into it. The problem is I have to reorganize everything in order to add these new cables. Now, I've been wanting to do that for a long time. I also have a tiny container with additional batteries in case I take the case somewhere and I need to record with the batteries. Now, okay, here's the issue. It's frivolous. It's not something I need to do. In essence, it shouldn't be too hard. I still do have a lot of polyethylene, I don't know what. I do have a lot of foam left over from when I made the original case insert, so I can make more. But at the same time, I'm looking at all the things that I need to do, the things that I do need to do and are not frivolous, and I'm like, okay, let's not do that. And there are a lot of things like that. And the problem is, those dishearten me and suck out my motivation to the point that I don't want to do anything, including the things that I need to do. So the frivolous things that are, again, frivolous do give me motivation to go and do non-frivolous thing. Like, I don't know, I do have like these creature comforts and stuff that I like to do to help myself stay motivated, because I have big problems with motivation. I can't do anything right now. Granted, I think the theme of 2024 for me is depression. I've been depressed since January, and it ebbs and flows. Sometimes I'm feeling better, sometimes I'm feeling worse. Right now, I am in a most neutral state. I am anxious as fuck. Like, you can't fathom the extent of anxiety I'm in. And at the same time, I'm feeling like, I'm boring everyone around me. So I can't tell them about how anxious I feel, because they're gonna say, so what? I have a thesis I need to write, and I haven't done that. And there are stuff I need to do. And when things pile up like that, I get too anxious, and then I start to lose motivation. Problem is, if I sit down to do this stuff, they will take me like 5 minutes. Genuinely, if I can go down, get the foam, bring it up, sit down and cut it, I'll be done with a whole new insert, including designing, under an hour. Problem is, the idea of going down, getting the foam and bringing it up, it's enough for me to don't want to do it. I'm like, nope, I'm just not in the mood for it. And with that is coming another aspect which I have to talk about. It's not related to this, but it's something that I've been going on more and more in my head. Sorry, that was my phone. I've been going on more and more in my head about it, and it's health. I am not a healthy person at all. Like, if one look at me, you know that I'm not healthy, but I used to feel fine-ish about it. I don't anymore. You know? I have gotten wider, like fatter. I think some of my old shirts don't fit as well. And at the same time, I constantly get tired, my feet constantly hurt, and I am beginning to feel the age coming on, and my poor lifestyle catching up with me. And even though I know the good answer to that is stop drinking all of this fucking sugary shit and get a better lifestyle. But the truth is, it feels so big right now because all of the other things in my life are going straight. There is a possible war, by the way. Oh, I didn't mention that while we were off, Iran and Israel tried to have a war. And yeah, all of these anxieties, all of these things together, and suddenly I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can quit sugary drinks because at the current moment, they're mostly all I have that I can rely on. Sorry, this isn't a good opening. Usually, the first episodes of the season are when I'm all happy and hopeful. Usually, the last ones too. That like, oh, I'm gonna be starting something new or doing something. But right now, I am not feeling well. There is too many stuff happening all at once, and at the same time, I am. I am tired. I am so fucking tired. I'm gonna whine about the new job probably next week because then I will have at least been going for a month, but I am not hopeful on that. And the problem is we haven't even discussed salaries. So based on what they pay, there is a big chance I might not go next month. Find another job of sorts. And yeah, I'm so tired. Everything hurts, you know. Anyways, on top of all of that, all of these procrastinations, all of the lack of motivations, all of this just sitting and staring blankly at a YouTube video that I genuinely don't care about. It just makes everything go slower and slower, and before I know it, I'm done. You know, I don't want to do things anymore. I'm recording this at 6, near 7 p.m. Next hour it should go up. I didn't sleep last night. I'm going to just end with this. I have 5 more minutes left. I'm going to do my call to action, and then I'm going to talk about last night. I know I haven't been very cheery, but believe me, there are days where I do feel cheery, and maybe I do talk about them sometimes because Taskmaster is out, Only Murders is going strong, so all of this is good. But, okay, let me say it this way. If you are listening to this on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Genuinely, I've been feeling a little bit down because, well, We Didn't Start the Fire did go out to a much better reception than I would have thought, but at the same time, I'm feeling very, very unmotivated to keep on making videos because I feel like, what is the point in that anymore? And what I was saying. If you're listening to this on Spotify or other places, do comment there. I've enabled comments. If you're on Castbox, I will read your comments because I do have that app. And there is my email. At all times, you can email me. I'm sorry, this episode is not a good start for the new season, but I wish I was recording this under better circumstances, but I'm not. I was this close to postponing it, but then my OCD kicked in. I didn't sleep last night. That was the prompt, That was the goal of the last bit of talking. I didn't sleep last night because at some point I started thinking about all of the things I have to do, including this podcast. And then I said, well, I'm going to stand up. It's going to take 20 minutes. I'm going to record. And then at the very least, I can check that off my list. At the same time, I'm thinking, okay, I can at least start working on the Dracula script. There is 3 more sections that I need to write before writing the conclusion. And, well, I can at least do that. Or maybe I can do the book outline. My friend is depending on me on that. Or maybe I can even sit and make some of the props that I need to make, Yeah, I can use the power tools, but I can at least make the handle. I didn't do any of that. I just didn't. I didn't even have a reason why. I just couldn't be bothered. I laid there, watched a bit of James Turner. It seems with the idol of the tiny town playthrough. I didn't even watch a movie that I needed to. I didn't even watch a spaghetti western. I was like, no, I'm going to sleep any second. And at that point, I felt like shit. I felt like, I'm losing time because I knew that, I'm gonna not sleep very well. I'm gonna be very moody tomorrow, and I'm not gonna do anything tomorrow. And lo and behold, tomorrow the day has gone. I haven't done anything. The most productive thing I've made in the past 12 hours is writing my review on Age of Mythology Retold on Backlogged. I need to change something. I don't know what, I don't know how, I don't know what will happen, but I need to change something. This can't go on because there are a lot of things I wanted to do that I didn't do in my life, in my video making career, in my everything, I gave up on them, I postponed them, I never went back to them. I have a movie that is on indefinite editing cycle. But there is one thing I probably would be very, very hard on myself if I miss, and it's the Dracula video this year. It's just perfect on all regards. It should come out. Hopefully it will. Don't forget to check the links in the description, and hopefully a more cheerier version of me will see you next week.